Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. So for today's story time, I thought I would take you guys back to a funny, freaking petty ass time. So this is not going to be part of my nanny series. This is just a story time that I want to share with you guys. I have promised you guys that I will be doing nanny and like random story times. So this is going to be a random story time of one of the reasons why I think that I always tell my kids too, like watch how people play with you, watch how people are with you, and just take them for what they are, you know? So sit back, relax, and let's get into this story time. So this was back in the day when my mom would do good. We would live together, it was good, all that, okay? So this is one of the times that she was good. I went to an alternative school where kids go when they can no longer go to regular school because they are doing really bad in attendance, the fighting, the grades, all that stuff, okay? So I was in one of those schools. I was super freaking nervous to go. It was a whole thing. I've always had like really bad anxiety, so I was just super duper nervous, and I was telling my mom that like I just don't get along with others. Like I just don't know what it is. I feel like I don't have a very approachable, nice face. I feel like sometimes people think that like I'm mean mugging, and in reality I'm just so much in my head. Like I'm not even here. I'm just here. I've been there for a minute, and I am like super duper freaking awkward. I've always been like really awkward and just very like, you know, shy. I know, shy. Like I don't know why I get like that. So anyways, there's this girl there, and I will name her, we'll name her Milk. We'll name her Milk, okay? So Milk was pretty all right. She just seemed like the type to like to talk a lot of smack, but she hated when she was the butt of the joke. She hated when the tables were turned and it was on her. I like to observe people just to get a feel of, okay, that's how they are, that's how they move, you know, that sort of thing. I was super nervous with being in the school because this was kind of like my last shot of having like a normal school experience, okay? So I've noticed Milk for quite some time, and I noticed like, okay, she can't really take jokes when it's her. She likes to talk smack, and she is super duper petty, okay? Super petty, and it's cool if you want to be petty. I just don't like when people don't like the same energy back, okay? I'm just like, you gotta dish it and you gotta take it. It has to be both things. It's not a one-way street. That's just how I have always like been, right? So one day in class, we have like extra free time. We finished early, so the teacher's like, we could play 7-Up, heads up 7-Up, or you guys can do your own thing. And everyone was just kind of like, we're gonna do our own thing. I'm like doodling on my paper, okay? Doodling, doing some cute drawings, and Milk turns around in her seat, goes like this, and draws the tic-tac-toe. I'm like nervous because she's really pretty, you know, and I'm like, oh, I get really, really shy because I have body dysmorphia like a mother, okay? Really, really bad, where I'm just like, oh my God, they're looking at my cheeks, looking at my nose, looking at my lips. They're so beautiful. Like, how could they be talking to a freaking ogre like me? Oh my gosh, it's really bad, okay? I always get like this with like everybody and anybody. I'm just like, huh? We play tic-tac-toe, and I'm just having fun with her, okay? I'm just like, okay. So she draws an O with like a cute little smiley face. So I'm like, okay, she draw a cute little O with smiley face. I'm gonna do a star. And as soon as I do a star, she's like, why'd you do that? And I feel like really stupid. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, why'd you do that? I don't want to play anymore. And pushes the paper forward. I feel like I did something wrong where I'm like, okay, she doesn't like stars. Was her daddy an astronaut or something? Like, I don't know. So I'm just like, okay. Next couple of days, she acts like I'm not even there, okay? Because she would sit in front of me, but now she doesn't even act like I'm there. They say, pass the papers back. She stops passing them back. So I'm like, okay, okay, this is the kind of energy that, okay. Because if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know Sam, right? And you know how Sam would act like that. So I was like, I'm not gonna be doing this all again. I'm not one to be kissing culo, okay? Sorry guys, my hair is bugging me. So I was like, I'm not doing all that. Whatever, you wanna act like that? Okay, cool. Whatever. So when she wouldn't pass the paper back, I would like reach over and just grab my paper like all crazy, and she would like kind of like like she thought it was funny. I don't think that's cute. I don't like the whole mean girl attitude. Play with your mans, okay? Play with your babe, play with your girlfriend. Do that cute thing where they kiss your butt and you're like, I'm mad. Do that with them, not with me. So days pass. I'm in the lunchroom. There's like a vending machine where we can get soda pop, you know, we can get that stuff. So I got me my drink, sitting there, I'm eating. She comes by and she's like, can I have some? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I tell her to waterfall it. If you don't know what waterfall is you go like this and it just waterfalls in your mouth. No, this girl wants to sit there and tongue it, and I'm just like looking at her. She's like, can I just have it? I guess. Okay, whatever. She walks off with my drink. I am so freaking annoyed because I've always been very, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it anal with my drinks, because I like to eat and drink and enjoy it, okay? Like that, I just thought that was so freaking rude, where I was like nice enough to even let her have some, and then you're gonna tongue my drink and then be like, can I just have it? Like I've met a lot of people like Milk, and I honestly think it's like no home training, and it's just inconsiderate. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just like, you're just rude. You're just rude. You probably don't have a sibling or something. Like what the because of how she acted. I was so freaking mad. I was just like, I remember going home and telling my mom, like, I hate this school. And my mom was like, really, Jade, over a drink? And I was like, yes, Mom, over a drink. Because I was just so annoyed. Like, why? It was gross. Next few days, we have free time again. And I'm like, oh, snap. We kind of like build this like weird friendship where it's like, I see you, you see me. Sometimes it'll be like, hi, sometimes we won't. Sometimes she would be like, hey, can I drink the rest of this? And I'd have like a little bit left, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. One of these days we have extra time. She turns around and she asks me if I have a paper. Yeah. And I like point to it. She does the tic-tac-toe. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. She's like not gonna be weird anymore, and we can play freaking tic-tac-toe. We start off, okay? She goes, I'm going to go first. I said, okay, go first, Milk. Do what you gotta do. She draws a fucking star. So I'm like, all right. She draws a star. I just draw a circle because I'm like, girl's gonna pop off if I freaking do a smiley face. I don't know, right? We play a couple games, and the last game, she draws a circle and a smiley face. And we're having a good time, whatever. It's just like, okay, you know, whatever. I have my drink on my desk because we already are towards like the end of the day. So we can like bring out our snacks. The teacher's not so like weird about it. Have my drink. She asks, hey, can I have some? I said, yes. Waterfall it. She's like, oh, so anal. Grabs it, goes like this. That's not waterfalling it, okay? That's not waterfalling it. You're like, so I was like, dude, just keep it, because it's just annoying. Like, oh my God. It sounds so petty, right? It was like, oh my God, it's not even that big of a deal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm like super anal about that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I just always been like that. I can't. Loud chewing noises hurt my ears. Like, I've just been like that. So we're playing the last game. She draws a smiley face. So I'm like, okay, she did a star. I'm going to do a star now, right? I do a star. She goes, you ruined it. Turns back around and is like, she just ruined it. Like, she ruined it. Like, I don't know why she's like that. Like, she just ruined it. So I was like, ew. I was like, you got a problem. Like, I don't know I don't know if your parents didn't beat your ass or what, but you're weird. Okay, so I'm talking smack to her. I'm like, you're weird. You're weird. I don't care. I don't care. And you're weird. Like, sure you waterfall it. TLC bitch back here. I'm like, bitch, you're weird. You're weird. So honestly, it just looks like we're a bunch of like just annoying ass kids like whining about each other, okay? Because I'm like, you're weird. You're weird. She's like, you're weird, bitch. But she's not even turning around to look at me. She's just like this. And she said, I don't want to look at you. And I said, you're not. You're not. You're not. So a couple of days passed. We're still not really talking to each other. We kind of like look at each other here and there. Again, it's like, that's just how our friendship was. She was freaking petty, okay? We would have to read in class, and I'm the type where I will like, okay, there's like 5 people ahead of me. We're all reading a paragraph. I'm gonna skip all the way to mine and like start practicing because I am dyslexic. Sometimes I'll add words, take away words, and skip over words. Make my own little combo, if you will, where I'm like, this is off the books, okay? So I struggle with it, and I know I struggle with it, so I'll take the time to like read ahead and make sure that like I got the flow going good because, again, dyslexic girl over here. And Milk knew this, okay? Because I would tell her at times, because she'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, dude, like, because it's not even like, I'm not even ashamed. Yeah, I got dyslexic. When people would like try to laugh at me, I'm like, oh, what? Like, it's not, that's not even in there. Okay, bitch. And I added it. What are you gonna do? And they're like, Miss Reyes, because how I would get. But it was just like, okay. And like, you think you're funny, you think you're cute. Oh, you thought you told a really cute joke? I'm not laughing. And everyone, if they wanted to be laughing like at me and stuff, I'm just like this. Like waiting, like, are you done? And then I'll try and reread it again, you know, because like, I'll be damned if you want to sit here and laugh at me when I'm trying, bitch. Like, you're ugly. So when she would ask me like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, like I'm trying to like read ahead because I have dyslexic. So, you know, so that hard. You have a what? I'm like, I'm dyslexic. A what? And so I would just, cause like, it's like, you think you're doing something and you're not. You're just being obnoxious and annoying. So she knew this, right? And when it get to her turn, the next person would be reading, right? And she'd go, no, Alexis, you read. Sometimes the teacher was such a dick that even she would be like, okay, yeah, let's see who's paying attention. And I'd be like, because I wasn't. I was really focused on reading my sentence. So I'd look at Milk and be like, and I would kind of struggle, you know, the kids would laugh and I would like look, I'd be like this. Jack and Jill went up the hill because it would take a while, you know, and then it's hard. If you don't have dyslexic, it's hard, okay? I don't even know how to like, so Jack and Jill went up the hill. I say Jack Hill went up like that, okay? So that's how it is for me. And then the teacher would be like, read it again, reread it. Kids would laugh, they think it's funny. Sometimes it'd get to me, sometimes it wouldn't. And sometimes I'd be like, your mom, bitch. Like, you know, I'd just be mad. Or sometimes I'd be like, I'm not gonna read it. You are going to participate. And I'd be like, not today, not today. Because I hated it. It was so bad. Like, I freaking hated it. Okay, because some teachers are just straight freaking assholes. Okay, and I just don't get it. Like, you probably got picked on and that's cool, but you don't gotta be a bitch to me. And I just hated it. I just hated it. So she would do petty like that, okay? Or she'd be like, there'd be assignments, whatever, on the board, and they'd be like this. And she'd be like, Alexis, do you want me to read that for you? Do you want me to read that for you? Bitch, I know how to read it. It's just hard with my dyslexic, and I was taking it sometimes. And sometimes it's like no biggie. And I could just boom, like nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like no problem. But I feel like when I overthink it, it's like, ugh, it's a lot. But she like literally ran with it and thought she was doing something hilarious. And she wasn't. It was just like, next. So we have a freaking field trip, y'all, that we are going to. I am so excited because for the longest, I've been super duper like scared of going on field trips. I don't know why. I always would think like, oh, I'm gonna get kidnapped on this field trip. They're gonna leave me. I'm gonna go to the restroom and they're gonna be like, all aboard, and I'm not gonna be there. Like, anxiety is freaking crazy. And my mom would let me stay home from field trips. You know, my mom would be like, yeah, if you don't want to go, you can just stay home. But where I was getting older, I was like, I want to go to this field trip. We're going to an amusement park. So I was like, I am going. I am going to go. The teacher hands it out and says, it's going to be in X amount a week. Make sure you guys have your parents sign it. If your parents don't sign it, you don't get to go. Okay? She a little bitch too. She was a little mean ass teacher. Like, I could not stand her. And I would hate when I would run into her in the real world because she would be like, oh, Miss Reyes. Okay? I was like, ew, no, don't talk to me. You were mean. I don't know what you thought. You were mean. Like, she was super mean. Like, she was so mean to, like, some of the kids. I was really scared that they were going to, like, her because she was just straight bully. Like, she would be like, you're stupid. You're stupid. That's why you're here in this class, because you're stupid. Smart kids aren't in this class. You're stupid. Like, straight rude like that, where I'd be like, are you going to take that, Hunter? Like, that is crazy. Like, she was so freaking mean. Like, so freaking mean. Like, I remember when my mom went and complained about her, they even knew, like, are you here because of Mrs. We'll call her Purse. We'll call it Purse. Are you here because of Mrs. Purse? Like, even she knew, like, oh, you must be here because all the other parents have been complaining about her. Like, it was super bad. Like, when she finally retired, it was like, you should have been retired long ago because you were and are a bitch. So anyway, she was like, no excuses. I need the permission slip. I don't want to hear this, this, this. I am like, oh, this is fun. Milk is asking me, like, have you ever been to this? Like, did your mom ever take you with one of her boyfriends? She was a shady bitch, okay? And I was like, no. So this is actually gonna be really fun. She was telling me, like, you better go. Like, you better go there. And like, I hate when people say they're gonna go and then they don't end up going. Like, you better go. She was in this program a lot longer than anybody else, okay? She was in this program for a long time. So she was so used to people coming and going. And I think that's why too, she was like a freaking asshole, is because friendships probably didn't last long with her. But she messed up because I would have been a ride or die with her. Okay, but she wanna be a little bitch. She wanna be a little bitch. So anyways, the teacher tells us, make sure you guys get it signed, make sure it gets turned in before the end of the month, okay? I go home, I tell my mom's like, are you sure you wanna go? Are you sure? Because I'm always alone. So she is double asking me, like, are you sure you really want to go? And I'm like, yes, geez, like, I really want to go. So I do a couple chores and my mom tells me that, okay, you can go. I'm like, thanks. Cause I was finally having like a little bit of normalcy. My mom didn't have like an episode, so I was really enjoying it. Like, my mom was good, she was good, okay? So I was like really excited. My mom is good. I have a roof over my head. I'm gonna go to the amusement park. I was excited. She signed it. Okay, cool. Put in my binder. It was good. Went to school, had a good day. We were learning stuff. We were doing stuff. And me and Milk were sitting together at lunch. We're getting closer. It was just cool. It was just like cool vibes. She was just a little firework at times. She was really hot and cold, and I really think that she had some like only child syndrome, because she would get in these moods when things wouldn't go her way, or like we would hit her back with like her own medicine, because she had a lisp, right? Should have called her Snake. But anyways, she had a little lisp, and sometimes when she would say things, you know, us and the kids would be like, oh, ha 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 ha, and like, you know, slither it back to her, and she'd be like, and get up and leave. But she wanted to stay here and talk about like us being dyslexic, or us having a speech impediment, or that, you know, English wasn't the first language. And she always wanted to dish it, but she could not take it. And they would even tell her, like, Milk, that's like not cool. You can't sit here and talk. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And I'm like, no, you can't. Like, that just doesn't make sense why you think that that would be cool. You know what I mean? Or we would be playing tetherball. Whoa, that was my game. That was my deal. We'd be playing that, okay? She would get out. No, you guys didn't do it right. Or, oh, I wasn't ready. But when it was the other way around, get out. No, you lost, get out. No, get out. And when we would all be like, no, dude, you lost. next, it's not fair, I don't even want to play anymore, this is stupid, and like hit the ball. Just very like immature. And it's like, your ass probably isn't even here because of like attendance or anything like that. Your ass is here because you a badass kid. Like, you probably over here fighting with people in school for like no reason. She was just a pain in the butt, but we, you know, got along. I was just like, it's cool, whatever. When she would throw her fits, I would just let her throw her fits, and it was just, I just was like, whatever, dude, like go throw your fit over there, okay? So one day we're playing outside and we are playing tetherball. It gets really heated because I feel like everybody was in on the game. Even the teachers were like, okay, yeah, I'll play. And I feel like when teachers play sometimes, it can be very, very competitive, because I feel like sometimes students get into this mindset of like, you're not gonna punk me. You are not gonna punk me. And it's like, dude, it's not that serious. It's just a game. I can't stand sore losers. Like, I just can't. I'm just, Remember I told you guys about my uncle when the Cowboys lost, and he was like, oh, they lost because the Alexis didn't cheer. No, they lost because they lost. What the? And he was dead ass mad. Like, I really thought he was joking. Like, I was waiting for like everyone to laugh, but he was so serious because I didn't cheer. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I was like, okay, that's so stupid. Because I didn't cheer? No. So just to piss him off, I'd be like, go Steelers. But it really wasn't that deep. Like, it was not that serious. Like, it really wasn't. So anyways, everyone's playing. It's all fun. Okay, Milk's turn to play, okay? Boom, she gets out, because I feel like this teacher was like getting hyped too, where she was just killing it in the game, okay? One slap, boom, the ball goes all around, and she's, you're out. Like, she was getting hyped, right? Milk didn't like that. She was like, I wasn't even ready, but okay. It was so annoying. So we all start laughing, and we're like, come on, Milk. Like, yeah, you lost. Okay. She's like, you guys are ugly, fat, and that's why your parents don't care about you. Like, just very, and it was just like, okay. Like, what that got to do with anything? What does that got to do with anything? Over comm, while we're playing outside, I hear, Miss Reyes, please go to the office. So I'm like, okay. She's like, everything okay? I'm like, I don't know. I guess we're gonna, I hope. I get all anxious. I get all scared. Like, literally freaking, I'm always like, oh my gosh, what happened? What happened? Go to the front. My mom's there. Is everything okay? She's like, yeah. I just wanted to check you out early so that we can go and have some fun at the mall. So I was like, oh, okay. So as I am going back to the homeroom, my teacher is like, Alexis, did you turn in your slip? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like ready just to go, because I am just like super like, because it's very kind of like rare when me and my mom would have like our time because of the stuff. You guys already know, like, you know what I mean? You guys already know. It's just really hard with my mom sometimes. So when she's like in a good mood, I'm gonna take it. So my friend messages me and she's like, is everything okay? I'm like, oh yeah, like my mom just needed to check me out. We're gonna go run some errands. And she's like, oh, okay. It dawns on me where I'm like, oh my gosh, my permission slip. So I was like, hey, my permission slip is in my binder. Can you give it to the teacher? Can you give it to the teacher so that I don't get in trouble? She's like, yeah, I'll collect on your treat as payment. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. I'm like, can you just do it? She's like, yeah, I got you. Have fun with your mama. I was like, okay, cool. So I go, me and my mom have fun, and we end up going to see a movie. It was just like a cool, random, like, I was very like, you know, it was fun. I was like, hey, yeah. So the next day rolls around, and it's just a freaking chill day. Do the same thing, go outside, play the freaking game. It's good. Everyone's having a good, grand time. Go home, and I'm like counting down the days to this freaking field trip. I'm freaking excited, y'all. Like, excited. Like, when my cousins were coming over and they're asking me like, oh, how's school, whatever. I'm like, it's good. Yeah, we're gonna go to this amusement park. And they're like, you're actually gonna go? Because everyone knew that like I was just such a little scaredy cat with things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm going to go. That's cool. Where were you gonna go? And I was telling them like, oh, some place over here They're like, oh, I remember going when I was in school. That's crazy. Make sure you do this and make sure you take some money because they have a lot of cool little things. And so I was telling my mom, like, okay, cool. Like, can I do some chores to make some money? My mom was actually like, yeah, okay, I'll let you. So I was doing extra chores, extra excited. I was talking to Milk about it, and I was like, heck yeah, dude, like this is gonna be so cool. Like we're gonna make sure that we stay with this group and this group, because there was other girls in the group that we were all gonna go together. We were picking out our outfits of like, okay, we're gonna wear this. It was just like, okay, I'm extra powdering because we're going back to school night, and I need to make sure this stuff do not move. So the night before, we messaged in a group chat and we're like, okay, we're gonna be wearing this. Our hair is gonna be like this. I asked my mom if she could straighten my hair. My mom straightened my hair, and it was fun. I was so excited, y'all. I was like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So my mom was even like being extra like super nice because I think she could see like how excited I was for this, you know. There was no song of the boom chicka boom chicka boom, but I was boom chicka boom because I was excited. We're going to this. I get there, I meet up with my friends, and we get in line. We got our little extra snacks, our bags, all of that. The teacher says, everyone get in a line. We are going to go through the list. If you are not on the list, you will have to go back inside and call your parents. So I'm like, okay, you know, like waiting. There's a few kids that go ahead. Some of them are not on the list. Some are like, I didn't want to go anyways. Okay, then go inside. They were doing like the walk of the shame back, acting like they didn't care, but it's like, I know you care. I know you care. Because if you didn't, why'd you get in line? You know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay. So as we're getting closer, I'm getting a little nervous. I don't know why. I was like, ooh. I think I was getting nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, you're finally gonna be going on a field trip. Yeah, you know, this is something new for me, something new, I'm telling you, because I was always such a freaking scaredy cat little kid. So we're all in line. Milk gets to the front. She says her name. She's like, yep, get up there to get on the bus. Milk turns around, looks at me, and just flashes me one of those like grins, you know. So I was like, like I'm just excited. Oh yeah, the rest of the girls get in that we're with and stuff. They all sit. Then it's my turn. The teacher wants to sit here and act like she don't know my name. She's like, I'm like, Alexis, right? You know, I tell her, I'm like, Alexis. So she's looking. She goes, nope, you're not on here. Go to the office. I was like, no, like I'm on there. Check it again. Go to the office. I was like, are you messing with me? Now, I was trying to be like funny, cute with her, you know, and she was just a bitch. She's like, does it look like I'm joking? Go to the office. I was like, wait, no. I was like, Milk gave you my permission slip. You gave her a treat? She's like, I don't remember. So Milk is by the window, and I'm like, Milk, didn't you give her? She's like, I did. Look at it again. Look at it under this name, which... she's not on here. Go to the office. I was like, whoa. Like, chill out, man. Like, chill out. Like, let's not make any rash decisions right now. Like, I'm on there. Like, my mom signed the permission slip. Like, I saw my mom. Like, I know. Like, look at it again. Go to the office. Look at it again. Go to the office. Just kept doing it. It was so embarrassing. People on the bus were like, let's go already, because I am now the last person, because the other teacher that we had there took over and was like going through the list. She had her own little list. I'm like the last person, and I'm like, no, like I was like, can I call my mom? I don't care if you call your mom. I gave you guys rules. You need to follow the rules. This is privilege to go on these field trips. She doesn't owe me anything. And I'm like, I get that. I understand that. But I'm on the list. Like, I'm on the list. So we keep going back and forth. And I'm like, are you sure I can't call my mom? Like, my mom says I can go. She tells me, like, anyone can answer the phone. Miss Reyes, anyone can answer the phone. And we are not going to take that chance. It was your responsibility. And it's so true. It was my responsibility to turn it in. And that made me so sad. I tell her, please, like I even start talking to her like in a little like calm down tone. I was like, please, like I really want to go, please.
Miss Reyes, go to the office.
I was like, okay. So I don't even say bye to like my friends. I was just like, my lip was quivering. I was so freaking pissed. And I was so sad because I was like, dang, girl. And I didn't really give that freaking teacher a hard time, okay? I feel like there were some mouthy ass little bitches in there. And I was good. So I was just so confused. I was like, okay, we gotta go. I read the times wrong. Okay, so I am so freaking sorry. I gave myself anxiety because I thought we were going to be late, and we were not going to be late. We had a whole hour, so we're all in the car, and I'm just like, let's just go. I stressed myself out. I'm telling you. I'm like, no. And then, so anyways, I left off where she embarrasses me, and she's like, go to the office. She was not trying to hear me. I was so freaking embarrassed because I felt like I was doing the walk of shame. All the kids in the freaking bus are like, ooh. I'm texting my friend and I'm like, dude, like what the F? Like she's such a bitch. Like she's such a bitch. Because I know my friend got a treat. So that means that we turned in the slip, right? So I'm just like, what the hell? I go to the office and they are like, you didn't want to go, babe? And I'm like, no, I wanted to go. I just can't because she said that she didn't get the permission slip, but my friend got but my friend turned it in for me, and I remember my mom signing it, and she's like, whoa, well, you couldn't just call your mom? And I'm like telling her that like I told her that, and she was like, no. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And she tells me just to sit down and that she's sorry to call my mom. So I call my mom does not answer. I am freaking pissed because with this classroom, it's not like if I can go back or anything like that. Like, no, like you're literally just sitting there bored, not doing anything. Like they are like, do you want to read a book? No, I wanted to go hang out with my friends and go on this thing. But her is hell. I'm texting my friend this whole time and I am like, dude, like what the F? We're talking so much smack on this teacher, okay? Because I am pissed. She's saying that she's sorry, that she doesn't know why she like acts like she didn't turn it in. She's like, I got the candy, remember? I'm like, yeah, girl, remember? That bitch. Like, that teacher, her ears were burning. Finally, my mom answers and she's like, what's going on? What happened? Goes from like 0 to 100 and I'm like, calm down, okay? First of all, I've been waiting for 3 hours. What the heck have you been doing, woman? Third of all, you gotta come get me. My mom comes and gets me. She's like telling me, I don't understand. Like I signed the paper. Remember you signed me the paper. Like you just not want to go. And I'm like having to tell my mom, like, no, I wanted to go. The freaking stupid teacher was like, oh no, I don't see your name on here. Your mom didn't sign, yada, yada, yada. And my mom's like, what? So my mom's telling me like, are you sure? Alexis, are you sure before I call? And I raise hell. And I'm like, yeah. And I even asked her, well, can I call my mom right now? And my mom's like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. I told her, can I call my mom right now? And she said, no, I need your mom's signature. I was like, even the lady in the front was like, what if we call your mom? Like, you know? And I was telling my mom like that the lady was being all kinds of mean, saying like it's a privilege, yada, 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 doing the most. And she was like, go inside, Alexis, like that, everything. So my mom calls and left her a voicemail, like a voicemail. I don't know what she said because my mom, when she would get on the phone, she would have to like go outside. This smells so good. The name of this one is Tomboy. I'm still here, Tomboy. How cute. So I go to school the next day. I even tell my mom, I don't even want to go. What if, you know, this and that? Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, I don't know why I cared so much. Like, I honestly don't. My mom's like, Alexis Jayda, you're going to go. So quit. You're going to go. Fine. Woe is me. Woe is me. So as soon as I get into the classroom, oh my gosh, Alexis, how come you didn't go? It was so much fun, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's all hyped. I'm freaking booty tickled I'm like, oh, glad you had fun. That's That's great. Love that for you. Like, I'm super just butthurt. My friend's acting kind of shady, Milk, because she is kind of getting, I guess, defensive because she kept saying, I turned it in. Like, that's so weird. Like, I turned it in. Had me feeling like, oh my God, like, yeah, like, I know you did. Like, it was just so, she was doing too much. I was just like, girl, chill out, okay? Like, chill. I'm like, you know, talking to all of them. They're like, telling me how cool it was. I missed out. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, Milk turned it in, and I don't know. The teacher said that she didn't get it. I don't know. That's what I said, right? So the teacher comes around and was like, Miss Reyes. I was like, yes. She's like, I do not appreciate your mother calling me and leaving me the voicemail she did and insinuating that I am a liar. That is something I am not. Okay. I was like, because why are you barking at me like that? I hate it when teachers always have that energy for the children, but never the parent. Don't talk to me like that. Call my mom back. You got all that freaking tone in your bass? Go call my mama. Like, don't call me. The heck? So I was just like, the whole room gets quiet because how she, Miss Reyes. Like, the way she would say it was just like, come again. So she is mad, okay? Like, super mad, like, in like my face. Like, I do not appreciate your mother calling me. In my 20 years of being a teacher, never have I been disrespected this way. Never. And I'm like, girl, okay, I'm pretty sure my mom's not the first, and I'm pretty sure my mom's not gonna be the last. Like, get out of here. But I'm just letting her go off, and I'm apologizing, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Because, like, I just feel weird. It feels like I have to say I'm sorry because, like, it's just something I have to do, right? And she's like, sit down. So I sit down because I'm like, oh, okay. Like, okay. So I just sit down. My friend, Milk, she's like, and goes and sits down. It was just, like, really weird where it's just like, dang, like, she's pissed. I don't know what all my mom said, but it must have like hit a nerve. So the teacher starts to teach. So Milk turns around and she's like, she was doing way too much. Like, I don't even know why she did all that. And I was like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. I was like, maybe she lost it or something. Maybe that's why she's pissed. I don't know. Maybe she found it. I don't know. She's like, I don't know. So we go to lunch. I get my pop. Okay, like I always do, because I make sure that I have my pop because I'm bougie when it comes to that. Again, like clockwork. Milk is like, can I have some? I tell her yes, just, and then she finishes what I say. Just waterfall it. I'm like, yes, please. So then what does she do? Again, she lets it touch her lip. And I'm like, dude, just keep it. She kind of laughs and thinks it's funny. I don't think it's funny. Like, it's just, it's whatever. I'm like, okay, dude, like, whatever. She's like, it's just a joke. Like, it's just a joke. It's not a joke because you end up keeping it, so whatever. I don't know what kind of joke that is, but whatever. So we're back in class and we're doing an assignment, and there is this boy. We're all working on this project together, okay? And he asks me like, hey, how come you didn't go to the field trip and stuff? Like, it was way cool. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Milk interrupts and she's like, I don't know. I turned in the paper for Lex. I don't know. I honestly think the teacher just probably feels some way about Lex, like, honestly. Like, you know, and that's how she says it. He goes, yeah, she's pretty shady. She's a bitch. Like, she probably did it on purpose. She probably did it on purpose. So we're kind of all like, yeah, she probably did it on purpose. And the teacher gets upset and slams her hand on the desk, and she's like, Miss Reyes. Yes. She was tight. She was pissed. She was pissed. Like, she probably felt like we were just punking on her, you know? But it was just, I wanted to go to the field trip, ma'am. And I feel like it would have been okay. It would have been okay if my mom called, got that, or my mom was like, can I meet you there? Like, I'm pretty sure it would have been all dandy. Who knows, right? So she says, Miss Reyes, I went through the papers. I went through them all. And your name is not in there. I am telling you, your name is not in there. Drop it. So I'm like, I know it's in there. Because my girl, she gave you the paper. You gave her the treat. Okay? You gave her the treat. That was her payment for doing it for me. Let me go through it. I told you. I went through it and it's not there. Do we understand? I was like, no, I don't understand. Let me go through it. She goes, Miss Reyes, please stop. You're being stupid, and I don't appreciate that. I do not allow stupidity in my classroom. Do we understand each other? Everyone goes, ooh, ooh. Don't call me stupid. I said, I don't like stupidity in my classroom. I didn't say you're being stupid. I was like, yeah, you did. I think you said you're being stupid. I don't like stupidity in my class. Alexis! And I'm just like, just let me go through it. Just let me go through it then if you are so sure. And then Milk gets in it and she's like, let's just drop it. Like, it's old. Just drop it. Just drop it. I was like, whatever. The day continues. I feel like I pissed off the teacher and it was just kind of just felt like weird. And Milk was kind of just being kind of like annoyed with me more than her regular self, you know? So I was just kind of like, dude, like whatever. Like, you're over here getting me hype. And then when I get hype, you're like, too much. I just don't understand. So the day's already ending, okay? Everyone's getting up, getting ready to leave. The teacher goes, Miss Reyes, I need to talk to you after school. Again, everybody, right? And I'm like, okay. Don't get up from your seat. And I'm like, okay. Because it's just like, dude, like you're doing too much. Like, why are you being so dramatic? Why do you talk to me like that? It was just really annoying because I feel like it just wasn't needed. And I don't know. And at the same time, I was just like, I'm a little. But I was pissed because she was talking to me. But I was like, okay, like I'm gonna stay. So I text my mom and I tell her like the teacher needs to talk to me. I'll be outside in a minute. My mom says, okay. So I'm just waiting there. Everyone's leaving. Milk is like, do you want me to stay? And I'm like, no, like, I'm good. Because like I didn't think anything was gonna come up. I should have told Milk to stay, but I was like, no, I'm good because I don't think anything's gonna happen, right? So everyone leaves. She has me sitting there for like 5, 10, maybe like 10 tops minutes. And I'm like, and she's just like finishing up what she's doing. She's like fixing her stuff. And I'm like, I was like, my mom's outside. Just a minute. Just a minute. I was like, okay. So I'm just waiting. And then she comes over to my desk and slams a bunch of like papers on my desk. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I am not grading this. I am not grading paper. Like, no. Because like, no. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. So she tells me, go through the stack of permission slips. Go through them. Go through them all. So you can see for yourself that your permission slip is not in there. Go through it. Since you and your mom want to be calling people liars. I was like, okay. She's like, you wanted it, right? You wanted the papers, right? That's what she said, right? Right? Like, yes. Go through them. I was like, okay. So I'm going through them, okay? There was like, what? A good like 30 kids in this class. Going through them. There's some names I don't even recognize. So I was like, this probably gave me papers from the other classroom. So I was like going through them. Going through them all. My mom's messaging me like, hurry up. And I'm like telling her like, okay, I'm going. And like, she's having me do something. I'll explain later. My mom's like, okay. So I'm like going through them. Milk is messaging me like, everything good? Question mark. And I'm just like going through them. And I'm like, maybe this bitch didn't turn it in. Like, oh my God, so embarrassing. So I'm like going through them. I get to the very last one. And I see my mom's name. And I see where it says for the child, the kid, a f***ing star. A f***ing star. This petty ass bitch. Milk for being freaking hella petty. For what? And the teacher too, where it's just like, what are the odds that you're gonna put it the last one? Like, you knew, bitch. You fucking knew. So it's just a star and my mom's name and my mom's phone number. And I was like, oh. So I'm holding it and I'm like so scared to like look at her because it makes me so mad. She's like, so is it in there? So yeah, so that is one of the very, very few reasons why I hate asking people for favors. Because like, why? What was the point? What was the need? Ooh. And now I'm like huge on, if you want something done, do it yourself. Do it yourself. Even if you're crying and be like, oh, it's hard, do it yourself. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm going to end it there. Te quiero mucho, you guys. Besos a todos. If you guys enjoy story times, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Let's begin. Chica,